Without fail, every single Sunday, I would get this overwhelming feeling of stress. I would just feel like so depressed and so anxious about getting up and going to work the next day. I knew I would have a long week ahead. I knew I had to work with people that just worked my nerves, and I had to work with the boss that didn't really care about my growth and development, that didn't really appreciate me. And on top of all that, I had to fight traffic to get to work. It was a horrible feeling. Have you ever felt like that? And are you feeling like that right now? Listen, if so, I know how you feel. I used to work in the 9 to 5 world. I used to be in corporate America. I did a lot of different things that didn't really serve me. I felt at one point that I had to stay at the job just to be able to bring some extra income into the house. I had to stay there until retirement, until I discovered that I didn't need to. I didn't really need to. I just needed to find a way and figure out how I can actually generate some income from home so that I can spend more time with my granddaughter, so that I can do the things that I love to do, so I don't have to get up to an alarm clock and roll out of dang on bed whenever I felt like it. And so now I'm at that space where I'm doing it, and I teach other women how you can do it as well. You do not have to feel like you're stuck. You don't have to stay on the struggle bus and live paycheck to paycheck. I want to teach you how you can literally take the thing, check this, that you already know how to do. You already know how to do this. Take that thing, that skill, that gift, and turn it into a digital asset. I'm going to show you in 7 simple steps how to do that. So don't go away. As a matter of fact, share this with a friend because this is going to be helpful to you. Yo! You know, sometimes it just takes certain stories and situations and scenarios for us just to wake up to a thing. For me, it landed me in the hospital, being very stressed out, being everything to everybody, working super hard, 10 and 12-hour days, 60-hour weeks. It was too much. But I didn't know what I didn't know until I got introduced to something called digital marketing. It woke my mind up to a realm of possibilities. And one day I just finally woke up and said, I'm done. I'm going for it. I am going to learn the skills that it takes to actually generate some income online that doesn't feel overwhelming, but it feels actually good for me. It is a business now that I have that's a lifestyle business that's allowing me to do all the things that I want to do with my life and not what someone else is telling me to do. So listen, I want to get through this really quickly, and I pray and I hope that this will be helpful to someone that's listening right now, because I want you to understand that you're not too old. And it's not too late for you to learn the skills of digital marketing and to learn how you can take the skill that you already have and actually turn that into a business that's going to generate income for you over and over again. So I'm going to take you through 7 simple steps that I hope you will pick up and take action on. So number 1, I want to let you know that you have gifts. You are talented. You have an expertise. You're an analytical thinker. You're an organizer. You're a great communicator. You take care of the home. You take care of people at work. You do all the things. Now, what I want you to do, and these are the 7 steps. Number 1, I want you to identify a skill that you do really well. Maybe it's a skill that people are always complimenting you on and you kind of just dismiss it. You know, people are always telling you something like, sis, you look good. You dress well. I love the way you got the outfit put together. Oh my gosh, the way you put your makeup on is amazing. Maybe you're good at your hands. You're good at building stuff. You know, there's so many things that we are really, really good at, but we don't really pay attention to. We don't wake up to it. And here's the thing. We are all born with natural skills and abilities. The Bible tells us that your gifts will make room for you. And it's inside of you and it's always been there, but you just have not recognized it yet, but everybody else around you does recognize it. So I want you to identify what your skill is. The next thing after you identify your skill, step number two is to figure out, okay, what part of that skill am I really good at? Let's use the example of an educator. Maybe you're a teacher, you're a trainer of sorts. So you're really good at that. That's your overall skill, your talent. But with that skill, are you good at lesson plans? Are you good at breaking down complicated concepts? Maybe you're someone that's really good at behavior management if you work in the school setting. So you want to, after you identify your skills, right, decide on what is that thing that you're really, really good at as it connects to your skills. The third thing that's really important, who are you going to help? See, you want to be able to, when you want to start a business or start earning income from home with your skills, you want to identify who are your people, like who's your tribe, who can actually benefit from the skills that you have. So with this educator example, maybe you are someone that's going to provide a service to homeschool teachers. Maybe it's adult learners. Maybe it's ESL learners. Maybe it's other teachers who want to learn how to be great teachers themselves. So when you are actually thinking this through and developing and coming up with a way to actually generate income online based off the thing you already know how to do, you want to be very niche specific, and then you want to be able to speak to a target audience. Don't try to solve problems for everyone, because that never works out good. You want to actually be very specialized and figure out who it is that needs your help. Now, the next point I want to share with you is you want to develop an offer. One simple offer that's going to affect and help solve a problem for one particular person, right? Or a particular group of people. And so when you're thinking about this asset, right, a digital asset is something that is available to someone as a downloadable or a digital product, like a journal, a mini course, a mini guide, an e-guide. Maybe it's a workshop, it's a webinar. There's so many different types of digital assets that you can create. But one thing that I want to express and share with you, when you decide on, okay, what is the thing that I'm going to bring to market, you're going to actually take your intellectual property, the thing that you already know how to do really, really well, and create a digital product with that. But make sure it is one that is beneficial to the customer. Not something that you think will work, but make sure it is something that people actually need and deserve, okay? So for me, for instance, I literally help women over the age of 40 create their own digital business, their digital empire, so they can be at home, spend more time with their families, and make money, travel the world, do all the things that they've been praying to God that they want to do. And one of my digital products is a checklist. It's a 7-step checklist. You can actually, I'll put it in the description below and you can have access to that as well. I created that digital asset with my busy executive 40 and over women in mind. I know we are doing a lot of things. We already feel stretched. We don't want to feel like we have another thing to add to our to-do list. So when I created this checklist, it was something that was quick, easy, and action oriented. And so when you are creating that digital product that's based off of your skill, make sure it's something that serves your community in a very beautiful way, okay? And then the next step I want to share with you is that you have to, once you decide on what your digital offer is going to be, you got to have a place to put that offer so that people can gain access to it. You need to think through the steps that you want to take to create that digital product. Are you going to use a Loom video to go through a tutorial step-by-step process that's going to turn into a mini course for someone? Is it going to be an e-guide or ebook? Do you need to open up Canva and use ChatGPT to help you put that book together, right? And then how are you going to disseminate that information? How are people going to actually get access to it? Through a Zoom call? If it's a webinar, are people going to be able to go to your digital store, right? For me, I use two. I use Beacons and Stan Store as my way for people to gain access to grab my products. When you think all of these things through, make sure, again, you are serving your customer well. And then the next step you want, and this is the final and 7th step, is to actually market and promote. You have to let people know that you have something for them to help solve their problem. And there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. You can tap into social media marketing, which is basically posting content on socials. The one that you feel that your customers are on the most, you want to go there. You could do email marketing, where you simply send emails or text messages to your ideal customer, letting them know about your business, how you're solving problems, and asking them, hey, do you know of anyone who is interested in my services? Or maybe it would be them that might be interested. I always teach my students that you always want to start with your warm market when you're building your online business. Ladies, you are executive women. You're working in your 9-to-5 jobs. You've been where you work for years. You have many, many connections, and that's where you start. I want to teach you how you can take your side hustle, the thing that you know how to do and you've been doing possibly, and turn it into your main hustle and turn it into a digital asset. It is actually it's going to be $1 trillion per day industry in 2027, depending on when you're watching this video. I don't want you to get left behind. I want you to stop this thinking that you cannot do this when you absolutely can. I'm an example of it, and I have so many students that I've coached and mentored that can tell you that they have been where you are, And now they're home, spending time with the grandkids, the godkids, traveling and doing all the things that they've been dreaming to do. Now it is your turn. Now it is your turn. You have the information. It's up to you to take that information and make it work for you. I do have a 7-step guide that you can grab. It'll be in my description that you can grab for yourself so that it can get you started. It will get you going. And then I also have an accelerated program where I work with people one-to-one for a 6-week engagement where I help you actually develop your skills and turn it into a digital product step by step. We talk about content creation. We talk about promotion and marketing. I help you get your digital store set up. We come up with the ideas together of what will the digital product be? Who is your ideal customer? And what does that actually look like? And so all of these things are really vital to your success, but you pick whatever works best for you, whatever you can do at this moment. I will leave both of the programs that I have below. And then you just decide on what you want to do. But what you're not going to do is stay at that dead-end job until you're 65, 67. The economy is changing. Everybody's online. Where are you? Why not you? Why aren't you showing up online? Why don't you have an offer? Why aren't you making even extra income while you're still on your 9-to-5, right? And when I coach and I share information with my students, I tell them you go when you're ready. This is not about you going in tomorrow and putting in your resignation letter. It is not that. What this is about is showing you the simple steps, the step-by-step process, the blueprint, the framework that you need just to get started. That is the main goal. Get started, get the checklist, and get going so you can be at home, spending time with your family, doing what you love, and earning an income. If this information was helpful to you, I would love to engage with you in a beautiful way. Definitely get my checklist, as well as take a look at my accelerator program. If you are ready to go, you're ready to bet on you, you're ready to take a chance and start off your new year on an amazing foot, then let me work with you. I would love to be your coach. I would love to be your mentor. Thank you for spending time with me, and I hope this was helpful, and I wish you all an amazing and beautiful and exciting life. Bye for now.